This week brought a desperate search for meaning, an existential dread for fans of college football. Presented with a slate of television misery, can a man maintain a grip on his own mind? Can he prevent the corruption of his very soul? What deep yearning drives this compulsion, knowing full well that there can be no joy extracted from watching Maryland football? On Thursday, the futility became a focused image upon a cursed mirror of two separate games. On the one side, Baylor, and the other, Appalachian State. For Baylor, they proceeded undefeated, and yet they know in their bones that this will surely only end in great folly. They can pretend to celebrate a narrow victory over a conference opponent, as they remind themselves that this is merely one step closer to the gaping maw of a blowout loss to Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. It is almost as if it has been preordained by some cruel god. Meanwhile, Appalachian State is finally defeated. Do they cry bitter tears, or do they somehow realize that the embrace of inevitable mediocrity is its own form of freedom? Only their hearts can know for sure. Georgia and Florida did compete, but this is all that we can know for sure. Georgia has won the dubious prestige of being able to face some great and terrible force in Atlanta, a city already fully prepared in its own psyche for the most horrible disappointings imaginable. You have beaten a rival, and to that we are meant to offer our congratulations, but we have only pity. For before you now lies one of the terrifying demigods, a titan from the SEC West, as yet unnamed, but a titan all the same. As most of these mentioned lumbering giants of this world slept, Clemson too remained essentially invisible. In disintegrating the lowly Wofford, they serve only to reinforce the darkness. Can there be a real victor in such a contest? It is truly without purpose. Auburn and Notre Dame both prove the truth in an ancient Siberian parable. Loosely translated, it states, "For when the hunt is completed and you have failed, be careful that you do not become the hunted." The difference between moral victories and actual victories is a razor-thin balancing beam upon which the great middle of the poles attempt to dance. For another week, at least, they can. Wake Forest has scored an average of 38 points per game and controls their destiny in November. The wisdom to explain this can only be provided by Nietzsche, and as it will surely please the aptly named Demon Deacon, God is dead, God remains dead, and we have killed him. Far to the west, across the seemingly infinite continental divide, some adorable ducklings have truly removed the life from once mighty Trojans. The Trojans are now a people that have been so devastated by the tides of war, they believe that only one man can truly save them, the Myrlorian. He is a hired gun with a terrible past, and he may be the best in the parsec. Some say he is a monster, some say he is a winner. Coaching college football is a complicated profession, would you agree? Perhaps an underdog story can save us from this ennui. It was not so on this Saturday. The UAB Blazers, represented by the great mythological dragon, were unable to provide a shred of such hope. Dragons though they may be, at least the fictional dragon Smaug from The Hobbit managed to keep his opponent to a single turnover. Inept and listless, joyless and dark, the mission was ruined. For some, they say, hope springs eternal. For most, however, we await with dead-eyed precision and intense dread the clash of Alabama and LSU. Until next week, friends, remain emotionally detached.